Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introducing myself. My name is Hasifa Putri Maharani. My NPM 224111031. Oke, di sini saya ingin membawakan materi tugas Intervention in Organizational Development. Oke, langsung ke materi. Introduction to Organizational Development and Intervention. Organizational Development, RUD, for short, is structured approach that help organizations become more effective and adaptable through planet change, but change down the happiness is on it need direction and effort. This will intervention come in the intervention in organizational development is any action or planet activity and aims to improve an organization function and health. These interventions are not just one-time action, they are deliberate efforts that support long-term improvement. Okay, next. What is an intervention in UD? In simple terms, an intervention is a strategy or short action dedicated to help an organization solve problem, improve process, or adapt to change. It can involve working with individual term or world organization. For example, an intervention might involve helping a team communicate better, developing strong leadership, or creating a more open and inclusive workplace culture. The goal is to help organizations grow from the inside by developing people and improving systems. And in simple terms, an intervention is a strategy or set of action designated to help an organization solve problems, improve processes, or adapt in change. It can involve working with individual, team, or the whole organization. For example, an intervention might involve helping a team communicate better, developing stronger leadership, and creating a more open and inclusive workplace culture. The goal to help the organization grow from the inside by developing people and improving systems. Next, why interventions are important. Organizations face all kinds of challenges: internal conflict, low morale, slow decision-making, lack of innovation, or even resistance to change. Interventions help address this problem in a thoughtful and professional way. Rather than waiting for issues to become crises, intervention allow organizations to make proactive steps. They help people work better together, adjust their behavior, and align more closely with the organization goals. Over time, these small changes can lead to big improvement in performance and culture. Next, when to use intervention. Not every situation calls for an intervention, but there are certain moments when it's clear the change is needed. For instance, if company has gone through rapid growth and is now struggling and maintain its structure, and intervention might help realign its process and people. Or if employee engagement is dropping and turnover is rising, then an intervention may focus on improving motivation and internal communication. Teaming and important intervention are most effective when organization is ready to learn, adapt, and grow. Okay, next. The role of consultant or change agent. Most interventions are guided by someone with expertise in organizational development. This is called be an internal HR specialist or an external consultant. Their role is not to tell the organization what to do, but to guide throughout the process of discovery, reflection, and action. The professional observe what are happening, gather feedback, analyze patterns, and then design a suitable intervention. They also help with trust and ensure type changes are accepted, not just imposed. Next, categories UD intervention. There are different types of UD intervention, and each type serves a different purpose. Some intervention focus on individual, helping them improve their skill, manage stress, or increase job satisfaction. Others focus on team, helping improve collaboration, reverse conflicts of build trust. Then there are system level intervention that look at the organization or as a whole, changing structure, improving decision making, and aligning strategy with culture. Each type of intervention is custom based on the specific need and goals the organization. Okay, one more. The role of consultant are changed again. Most interventions are guided by someone with expertise in organizational development. This could be an internal HR specialist or an external consultant. Their role is not to tell organizational what to do, but they guide in the through and process is discovery, relations, and action. These professionals observe what's happening, reader feedback, analyze patterns in and design a suitable interpretation. They also help build trust and ensure that changes are accepted, not just imposed. Next, categories of UD intervention. There are different types of UD intervention, and each type serves a different purpose. Some intervention focus on individual, helping them improve their skill, take stress, or increase job satisfaction. Other focus on teams, helping improve collaboration, resolve conflict, and build trust. Then there are system level intervention that look at the organization as a whole, changing structures, improving decision making, or like strategy with culture. Each type of intervention is custom based on the specific need and goals of the organization. Next, behavior intervention. One of the most common types in intervention focus on behavior. This includes things like leadership development, coaching, and feedback sessions and performance review. These interventions aim to help individuals grow and become more effective in their roles. They also help creating a more supportive, open, and respectful work environment. In the long run, this not only improves job satisfaction but also boosts overall productivity. Okay, one more. One of the most common types of intervention focus on behavior. This includes things like leadership development, coaching, feedback session, and performance review. These interventions aim to help individuals grow and become more effective in their roles. They also help create a more supportive, open, the respectful work environment. In the long run, this not only improves job satisfaction but also boosts overall productivity. Next, Team-based intervention. Team intervention help team function more effectively. This could include team building activities, conflict resolution, session, or workshop that help teams align their goals. Their interventions are effectively useful when there poor communication, lack of trust, or confusion about roles. A team that work well together is more creative, more efficient, and better at solving problems. So strengthening teams is often a priority in UD. Okay, one more. Team-based intervention. Team intervention help team function more effectively. It can include team building activities, conflict resolution, or workshops that help team align the goals. These interventions are especially useful when there is poor communication, lack of trust, of confusion about roles. A team there poor communication, lack of trust, or confusion about roles. A team that work well together is more creative, more effective, and better at solving problems. So strengthening team is often a priority in UD. Next, structural and strategic intervention. Sometimes the issue lies not with people but with the system. Structural intervention may involve changing reporting lines, redesigning job roles, or modifying the organizational hierarchy. Strategic intervention, on the other hand, might look into redefining the company mission, setting new goals, or revising the roles overall business strategy. These types of intervention usually require support from top leadership and often involve broader organizational change. Okay, next, culture-based intervention. Organizational culture meaning the shared values, beliefs, and norms within a company is one of the hardest things to change, but is also one of the most important in the culture that support collaboration, learning, and accountability. They can hold the organization back. Culture-based intervention aim to shift the mindset of employees and leaders, encouraging new ways of thinking and behaving. This could involve styling, leadership modeling, or creating systems that reward right behavior. Next, measuring the impact of intervention. For an intervention to be successful, its impact must be measured. This means looking at both short-term and long-term results. Has communication improved, a team working more smooth? Has productivity increased? Measuring success help the organization learning what worked and what does. It also show employees that their effort lead to real results, which build trust in the process. Next, example of a real inversion. Let's consider a company that has been dealing with high employee turnover. After doing some internal research and find that many employees feel disconnected and undervalued. In response, an UD consultant designed leadership coaching and managers an employee recognition program. Over time, engagement increases, communication improves, and turnover rates drop significantly. This is a clear example of how targeted intervention can lead to meaningful measuring outcome. Next, common challenge in UD intervention. Of course, not every intervention go smoothly. Some people risk change, others may not see the need for it. Sometimes their lack of follow-through in leadership support fades away. Intervention also take time. They are not quick to fades to be effective. They need patience, commitment, and consistency. That's why the essential to involve all levels of the organization, communicate openly, and stay focused on long-term goals. Okay, next, consultation. To sum up, intervention is organizational development are vital tool for helping organization grow, evolve, and thrive. They provide a structured way solve problems, build strong team, develop leader, and create healthier work environment. Without intervention, organization might stay stuck in old patterns and miss opportunities for improvement. With the right intervention, guided by skilled professional and support by strong leadership, organization can unlock their full potential and create a future that not only more successful and but also more meaningful. Oke, thank you for watching. Saya mohon maaf bila ada yang salah atau ada yang mengganggu. Saya akhiri, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.